To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. Jay here, positivesarcasm.com, recorded here from New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast inside the Spare Parts Studio. Like, subscribe, share, donate. Positivesarcasm.com/ Where the hell? Where'd my photo go? I just had it. I got the fan blowing on me over here. Like, subscribe, share, donate. Positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. Where the freak did that go? I swear. Can't wait to leave Durham. Anyways, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, email me directly on my website, positivesarcasm.com. Contact section, or you can email me directly. It's like right here because the fan is blowing on me. It moved. I mean, honestly, I'll have it in a frame eventually with the rest of it, but it just fell down. Positivesarcasm@outlook.com. Or want to email me directly, or of course, Instagram @positive_sarcasm. I dimmed the lights a little bit in the Spare Parts Studio because I have a massive sunburn on my face. I'll explain to you. I spent the whole weekend in Isle of Shoals. I'll get to that in an exclusive podcast. I think like maybe next week or something. I'm working on a video. I'm going to be pretty much under wraps for the remainder of the week while I work on this video. Hopefully, I can get something, something halfway decent out because I got a lot of work ahead of me. But you know what? I've done it before. I'll do it again. Got to have a little confidence in myself. I'm good though. Honestly, I'm good. I came in like a wrecking ball, as I usually do into this goddamn place. But I came in I was like, I walked into the kitchen and the freaking AC was going. I haven't been here. I haven't been here since Friday. Have not been here since Friday. So I've been gone for a few days. I walk in, the AC is on. Now, it was like, people are like, well, what's the big deal? I'm not here. Why does the AC need to be on? I swear I remember turning that thing off. But now it's like, as of August 1st, electricity is going from like 12 cents a kilowatt to like 22. I mean, I'm literally going to get a bill for like $37,000 because I fucking left the AC on for 2 whole days. That's it. 2 days. Right to jail. Leave the AC on for more than 20 minutes. Jail. Right to jail. No. So, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was there a power surge and it turned next time I rip that thing, unplug it from the wall. I've been unplugging everything because I don't want to deal with it. It's like, yeah, you forgot to leave the AC on for the night. That'll be $267 million. And it does make a difference. And for somebody who is definitely looking to save money and is looking for bargain deals right now, this is not a time to be careless with things like that. So, I mean, I just got my convertible back. It's got a brand new Stage 1 McLeod clutch in it. Doing the brakes rotors and pads next week. It had the tensioner pulley assembly system just reinstalled. Had the exhaust system tightened up. And I want to make sure things are good. I've got, thousands of dollars in cash getting ready for my winter car. Just waiting to purchase one. But nobody from New York, for some reason, wants to sell their Lincolns to me. I'm literally going to have the vehicle shipped here, but they're like, no, you got to be here in person. It's like, you know what, dude? Kick rocks. I'm sorry you want somebody else to transport the body that's still in the trunk, but, I mean, come on. Just at least ship the body with the car. I'll dispose of it once it gets here, but at least let me buy the car. And what I found was really cool was in Schenectady, New York, which is all the way across near where Niagara Falls is, there was a 2000 Chevy Cavalier Coupe 5-speed for $5,000. It had 25,000 miles on it. That's it. Never seen winter, garage, everything. That is a stellar car. If you're looking for a fuel efficient, fun car to drive, for $5,000, bang. The only thing you can't do with that is Uber, because I think Uber has to be like 2010 or older or something like that, but 2010 or newer. But that would be an awesome car. If I was really looking to be eco-friendly, I would be driving that Chevy Cavalier Z24 right now. Twin cam, 2.2 liter 4-cylinder engine, probably puts out like 140 horsepower. Perfect car. 5-speed? No wonder. With the exception of, anything that's a 5-speed or a 6-speed nowadays, you're getting a steal out of it. to steal because nobody knows how to drive that stuff anymore. Everybody's like, "Ooh, automatic. Oh, the car stops itself." Yeah, especially if you smash into a brick wall because your sensors are covered in bug juice. Anyways, moving on here. I'm getting right after it. I got a long night ahead of me of all kinds of stuff to do, and this is going to be one of them cranking weeks. But I am in August, and I definitely made time for myself. But this night is no exception. So we're going to get after it with some updates. I think some updates from AITH, from courtesy of Reddit. Now this one, I mean, it pretty much speaks for itself, the title. But we're going to get right through it. Let me throw it up on the screen here because the title is just going to be like, oh, geez, okay. But let's read the situation, and then we'll react shortly afterwards. So let's get the monitor up, and let's go to work. Title should explain itself, explain the throwaway account, but I need to know if I'm the asshole or not. Am I the asshole for yelling at my sister she got what she deserved after our older brother beat and choked her? Well, we're definitely starting with digging a hole for ourselves now, aren't we? 8 months ago, our oldest brother, who's 28, was jumped from behind and stabbed 13 times and cut up by 3 men after he left a grocery store on his way home from work. He nearly didn't make it and spent 4 months in and out of the hospital. They stole his phone, wallet, everything he had on him, and took the car as well. Skipping all the legal stuff, so far, only one of the men responsible has been caught, and when he tried to pawn some of my brother's things. After my brother got discharged from the hospital, he moved back in with our parents. All 3 of us kids are living with our parents at the moment. My sister's 20, I'm 21, and obviously my brother's 28. Due to what happened, my brother developed PTSD and has been diagnosed with it. Okay, it was so bad that he couldn't allow anyone to walk behind him at all. He didn't even want to leave the house. I have to say that my brother's doing very well, or was doing well, up until my idiot sister. He was going to therapy, no problem taking his meds. Like I said, he's been doing very well until the point that he doesn't completely freak out when somebody's behind him, and he has been able to leave the house. He still completely avoids grocery stores at the moment and sometimes still hyperventilates if we have to stop somewhere at night, but he's working on it and is getting better. I have to give it to his therapist. This lady is amazing. She's helped the family and his girlfriend understand better and giving us the knowledge and tools to assist my brother better. This is what happened. Okay. A little more than a week ago, my brother came home around 8 p.m. after visiting his girlfriend. My idiot sister thought it would be a good idea to hide from behind the front door in the dark and jump on my brother from behind when he entered the house. I didn't witness everything, and I've pieced everything together from what I did see and what I was told. My brother freaked out and slammed my sister against the wall, choking her and punched her repeatedly. I don't know how many times he punched her, but my sister has a broken nose, busted eye socket, swollen face, and some bruised ribs. All we hear that night is screaming and me and my dad running down the stairs, seeing my brother having my sister against the wall, choking her. I only saw 2 punches out of all of them. It took me and my dad to restrain my brother and get him to calm down. My sister is currently looking like a red balloon. She was taken to the hospital, nothing more serious other than the injury site above. Those are some pretty serious injury. A broken eye socket is no joke. You generally get that when you're in a full-blown Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward punching match. I don't know if there's I don't know if there'll be any legal troubles for my brother, but nothing has happened so far. We gave all our statements. Even my brother, he doesn't remember much. He remembers walking into the house and then blank. According to one of the police officers, they don't believe charges will be filed, but we will be in touch. My brother has been held up in his room since last week after the incident, only leaving for necessities. All the progress he's made over the last couple months seems to be completely gone. He's basically the same as he was the day he left the hospital. I overheard my sister in the living room this morning on the phone. I don't know what she's talking about, but all I could hear from my sister is complaining about being hurt. I understand, but I got pissed off when she called our brother a monster. That is when I told her she got what she deserved and she should be glad that we were there to actually help, because that could have been a lot worse because of the idiocy. She caused her own pain. She caused our brother to relive something that almost took his life, and she is complaining and calling him a monster. I told her the only monster I see was her for even thinking about what she did to our brother after she knows when he went through it is okay to do, and then actually do it. I just shouted she should not expect any sympathy from anyone in the family after the shit she pulled, and she's lucky our parents haven't kicked her ass out yet. My sister just went in her room and has been in her room the whole day. I occasionally hear crying throughout the wall between our rooms. My parents are pissed at me and called me an asshole for blowing up on my sister. They already had the conversation with her, and I should have stayed out of it. My sister was just blowing off steam with one of her friends over what happened, and I had no right to say anything I did to her. Before someone calls my brother abusive again, before all this happened, he was a kind, caring person, always smile on his face, never got in any physical fight before outside the boxing ring. I'm not just asking my brother's actions, but mine. But is what you want to say, my brother's actions, please ask yourself this question first. People on these Reddit things, they always have terrible grammar. You get attacked by 3 men, stabbed 13 times, cut up and beat up from behind, and then have someone jump on you from behind not even a year later and see how you would react in that situation. I don't know what went through his head at that moment, but I can tell you it wasn't my sister is jumping on... Fuck, whatever. It was something like, I'm getting attacked again, I have to protect myself. Well, okay, what she did was wrong. It was a terrible decision. Obviously, she didn't understand the gravity of the situation. Maybe it wasn't explained to her how poor of a decision that would be if you chose to do it. What a terrible idea. A terrible idea. But as a result, she has a broken eye socket. A broken eye socket, and she now has the trauma of being essentially beat up by her brother. Now, the brother was obviously, he truly believes he was defending himself in an instinctual moment, and everyone's innocence in this scenario is completely gone. The brother lost his innocence when he was stabbed 13 times. Stabbed 13 times. You'll never trust another living soul ever again. You're gone. You're just a gone person. And now your sister has bruises, broken nose, fractured orbital socket from family. Family did this to her. So whenever she sees her brother, and she's what, 20? Let me see. Sister's 20 and you're 21. So obviously, look, what happened to your brother? Awful. Traumatic. What your brother did to your sister? Terrible. Traumatic. What you said to your sister? Terrible. Inappropriate. You shouldn't have done it. You didn't get involved. You're young. What you said was foolish. There's no point in taking a tragedy, a double tragedy, and turning it into hell. You shouldn't have done that. So are you an ass? Well, ultimately, are you an asshole for telling your sister she got what she deserved? Yes. Yes, ultimately you are. It was a stupid thing to say. You have parents, let them do the work. That was a foolish thing to say. Absolutely foolish. You shouldn't have said that. What your sister did was dumb. Beyond dumb. But what you did was a terrible idea. You should not have done that. You should not have. So, yes, ultimately the question you're asking is, are you an asshole for saying this? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You shouldn't have said it. You should apologize. She should apologize to her brother, and you should apologize to your sister. Anyways, let's get a couple updates here. There was one situation here. I think we talked about it in earlier podcasts. And what I like on Reddit is they will give you updates to these scenarios that took place. Well, Reddit won't. Well, Reddit will, but the person who wrote the blog will give us the updates. Sorry. I had to get hydrated. Whew. I probably weighed 12 pounds after basically baking in the sun on Isla Shoals this weekend. All right. So I'm going to read this all out to you. My life feels like a bad drama show at the moment. For some context, me, 33, and my wife, 30, have been married for 7 years. And I thought was our daughter, who's 3. Looking back, this all started after my wife gave birth to her daughter. She suddenly became a lot more affectionate to me, was a lot more active with me in the bedroom life. She also made my favorite desserts a lot more often. She's a fantastic baker. I, of course, didn't suspect anything since even prior to her pregnancy. There was no signs of cheating, but also possibly could be just I didn't look close enough into it. Whole fiasco started 2 weeks ago after a day out with her daughter, and she just sat me down in the evening and came clean about the fact that her daughter wasn't mine. Her waterworks, of course, also started, apparently. It was a guy from the gym. Always a guy from the gym. It's always a guy from the gym. At least for me it is. It's always a guy in the gym. Every time. Every fucking time. Taekwondo class. Freaking CrossFit gym. Just always is. Well, one time it was the plumber, but he was a child rapist too. But we won't get into that. Actually, no, he was. He was the guy from my gym. That guy here. I went to Planet Fitness. He was the guy from the gym. So it's always been the guy from the gym trying to fucking get in on my relationships. God damn it. Should start dating fatties. Anyways. Apparently, it was a guy from the gym that last month before he disappeared. And after he found out that she was pregnant. Oh. He disappeared on her after finding out she was pregnant. Honestly, even typing this now, I feel like crying since I thought I did everything perfectly, but she still cheated. As much as I wish I could say I had a stone face or something, but I started crying and she tried to comfort me, but I just pushed her away. I felt disgusted with her. Understandable. After I calmed down a bit, I grabbed my jacket and left for a hotel. While I was leaving, she just begged and pleaded to forgive her, that I was the only father her daughter knew. After crying myself to sleep in the hotel the next day, I turned my phone back on. Had she blown up my phone, I didn't read any of it, just blocked her. Okay. After having a little bit of breakfast, contacted a lawyer to start the divorce process, and at work I just asked for some time off, and my boss gave me a month off. By the evening, my mom and sister were calling on her behalf, and were on her side, and that just hurt me even more. Well, I'm not proud to admit that I did drink myself to sleep that night. Okay, yeah, I get it. After that night, I started staying with my best friend, and my mom and sister kept spamming and calling me. A few days later, after she probably just got the divorce papers, my mom just sent me a long text that summarized was that I should step up and forgive her and not abandon, quote, my daughter, and that she would disown me if I went through with the divorce. My sister and mom are against me divorcing her, but my best friend and his wife are saying I have the right to not want to be with her or take care of her kid. Okay. I'm split on this one. I'm split on this. On one hand, I did raise the baby for 3 years. On another, and I don't know if I could, in my right mind, raise the reminder of my wife with reminder of my wife, her affair. Okay. Edit. To put some context in, my sister is infertile, so I think that's also partly why my mom doesn't want me to continue the divorce since she will lose her, quote, grandchild. Well, don't factor that in. Okay. Okay. So, let's just, before we move to the update, she was fucking another dude. She was getting penetrated by another man. Okay? While you were out doing whatever. Whether you were a great husband, good husband, mediocre husband. Okay. She gets knocked up, impregnated by this man. And when that man finds out whether that she was pregnant or married, he ghosts her. So she comes to you 7 years later, right? Oh, you've been married for 7 years. And what I thought was her daughter, okay, we've been married for 7 years, and what I thought our daughter is 3. Wait a minute. Okay. Started 2 weeks ago, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so 3 years ago, right? You got a 3-year-old daughter? Okay. For some context, 33-year-old, my wife is 30, been married for 7 years. Okay, 4 years ago she cheated. Okay, 3 years, 9 months. Okay. So it was several years ago. Had a daughter. Daughter was yours. Okay. She's been loyal to you the whole time. She was pregnant. Okay, obviously. 9 months. And then 3 years after that. Everything was going great. She had some weight in her chest. She came clean. All right. You were upset. You didn't look at your daughter the same because it technically, biologically wasn't your daughter. And you didn't look at your wife the same because she literally came clean about betraying the very foundation, cracking the foundation of what a relationship is all about. You were upset, clearly upset, and you left. Your actions, however emotionally distorted, are justified. They are. I mean, your actions right now are justified. The divorce papers, I don't know. But honestly, it's your farm. It's your cows, it's your farm, it's your bullshit. So you're split. She came clean. She wants to stay with you. She's been treating you well, but she had to come clean about something. Okay. You're on the fence. Well, honestly, if she's willing to put in the effort to make things right, because you've got to look deep inside yourself. It's a lot of therapy. You don't just fix this. But it is after the fact. This didn't just happen. This is something that happened several years ago. She was 26, 27 at the time. Very different people now. She grew up a little bit, came clean, doesn't want you to go. Forget about what your sister and your mom think. If she's willing to go through the efforts, I'm more 60-40 at this point, where it's going to take a lot of work and years of counseling. But I would root for you to stay together. That being said, there is an update to this story. Update. After seeing a lot of advice, I decided to meet with my wife in a cafe today. My best friend and her wife were there just as well, just in case she tried to pull anything. I'm just going to keep it short. She tried apologizing and I didn't want to hear it. And asked what I wanted. I wanted to ask why she cheated, and if she's already done a DNA test like I suspected. And the reason she gave is main cause is I'm drunk in my best friend's guest room. She cheated because the guy was attractive and she made a mistake. Isn't that a bitch? Giving someone all you have and one attractive dude comes and she fucks you right over. And yes, she had already taken the DNA test and the daughter isn't mine. I'm still going to take a DNA test to prove this in court so I can make peace with it. I also blocked my mom and sister and will probably give my mom a visit in the coming week to give her a piece of my mind. That's about it. My wife just fucked a guy because she was attracted to him. Sorry if that isn't the update you wanted, but yeah. Also to everyone that is planning to say for me to reconcile, go fuck yourself. Unless you know what I'm feeling at the moment, don't take the moral high ground. Wow. Okay. You know what? I get it. So, you were living a lie. You look, at the end of the day, you were betrayed to the highest degree. She came clean. But at the end of the day, she admitted to something she did was terribly wrong and brought someone into this world that wasn't yours. Now, for a long time, it was. Now, that being said, I understand what it's like to have to walk away from a child, but it wasn't my choice. Wasn't my choice. I had to. That's how it was. Even though it wasn't my kid, it was like, that's where it was. So, I don't fault him for deciding to say, screw it, and start a clean slate, because quite honestly, he just can't look at her the same. He just can't look at her the same, knowing that he believes that she's just that person. It's wild. I mean, could he go back? Yeah, but maybe for him it seems like the easy thing to do, the weak thing to do. You know, being that guy with that daughter who isn't his because the woman he loves did something, the one thing you're not supposed to do. Role reversal, too. Role reversal. What would you expect the woman to do? This is one of those ways where if you decide to go one route, I'd understand. But since you're choosing to go this route, which is sad, but I understand. And I will not tell you, I obviously leaned into the, what effort is she willing to put in? What effort is she willing to put in to make this right, to heal this, to seal the cracks in the foundation of this relationship, this marriage? It's her effort. Obviously, it's your effort to learn how to forgive, but it's her effort. It's her effort. Obviously, more effort on her part. Coming clean is part one. There's so many other parts. But he has to believe that he can actually trust her going forward. And he always is going to know in the back of his head that that daughter isn't necessarily his. There's always going to be that story there. There's always going to be that. And I just don't think he could live with it. So I get why he just decided to say screw it and walk. And I hope that the court proceedings don't fault him for that. I really don't, because it's not his kid. It's not going to be his wife. It's not his problem. But I would say this one thing to you, good sir. I respect what you're doing, and I support your decision either way. Once this is all done, this whole thing, you've signed the papers, you've walked away, you've never spoken to these people again. Don't carry it with you. You can only do that for so long. Because if you do ever plan on being in a relationship again, and you do ever plan on being married again, and possibly having a family of your own, you have to learn to trust. You have to learn to believe that the next person isn't going to screw you over. You have to have that faith. That would be it's the value play. You have to believe that there are people out there that do want your best interest in mind, and they want to be with you only because they want to be with you. They feel safe with you, secure with you. They love you. They like your laughs. They like your They like when you're serious. They like when you're trying new things, working hard, whatever it is. They respect you. But you have to be respectable. You have to be the type of person that people would want to be around. Clean, strong, friendly, confident, approachable. These are traits that you have to have. And quite frankly, this past tense relationship of yours shouldn't make too many appearances in your future as far as talking about it. You don't want to dwell on it. And quite frankly, the women that are in your future don't want to really hear about it either. They may ask, why are you single? And you can tell them the truth, not on the first date, maybe on like the third or fourth date might be a good idea. But you have to kind of like, brush it off your shoulders after a while. Be like, I can't believe that woman did that. You know what you have to be like when they say that? Be like, yeah, that's life. It's not my problem anymore. Want to go get some fish and chips? That's it. And you just got to move on. Because it ain't your problem anymore. And quite frankly, sir, if this is your decision, I hope that the value you seek now going forward and the people that are going to be in your life next value you beyond your wildest dreams. Because that part I can understand. I can't understand exactly what you're going through, but I can definitely understand what you should be looking for. So you can find me on Instagram at @positive_sarcasm. You can email me directly through my website, positivesarcasm.com. Just go to the contact page. Whoop, whoop. Or you can email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com. We did it. We're at 29 minutes, basically. I want to thank you guys for listening, watching, and subscribing. Might have some news for you next week. I might drop another vlog, hopefully by the end of this week. Been a great year. This has been probably the greatest year of my life. And you know what's funny? I think next year is gonna get even better. Why? Because I'm working my ass off to make it so. Thank you for listening, watching, subscribing, and I'll talk to you all next week. Recorded here from New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast inside the Spare Parts Studio. For entertainment purposes only, this has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.